I remember we had left that little cafe table because we thought we were all alone. We did our thing. We looked at some cars. We looked at the spot you want to do the event. We come back and it's like, I'm like, where's my computer? And you're like, where's my phone? And we're like, what is going on? And we're still alone in the space.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So I quickly, he's a California surfer kid, so he's not paying attention. No situational awareness. But me, I grew up in the streets of New York. I go right to the videotape. So how long have you and I known each other?
For a long-ass time.
I think too long.
What are we at? We're at 12 years.
12, yeah, because we met in 09.
Yeah.
When you were when you first got to Mazda.
Yeah.
What people don't know is you were my first ever Inside the MotoMan studio guest. Back when Inside the MotoMan studio was not on camera or on audio, depending on how they're accessing it.
Right.
We did a Mazda cruise-in and an Inside the MotoMan studio of your life in front of a live audience at the Automobile Driving Museum in El Segundo, California.
Yeah, that was fun.
Super fun.
Great event.
But there was an unfortunate event that happened before
that led up to that, yeah.
So you came to visit. We wanted to do like a dry run through. I wanted to prep you and show you the location.
Because I had not been to that location yet.
Yes. And you came to visit me because you were down at the Irvine studio at Mazda, and you lived in Malibu, so it was literally on the way for you. And what did you bring with you?
So at the time I had the first generation Microsoft Surface. It was this kind of chunky tablet-like PC, but it was cool. It was like you could use it, you could draw on it, or it was a full PC also. So I had that with me.
Okay, but it wasn't just the device. What was on the device?
A lot of Mazda work.
Proprietary Mazda work.
Yes.
What was it? It was the 3 at that time that you just were going to release the 3?
I think it was a range. I had so much stuff on that computer.
So you were going to fly over to Japan that following Sunday.
That's right, yeah.
And you were going to bring the renderings.
Yes, that's right. I had all that presentation. I forgot about that.
You were bringing them to my
I had the whole presentation that was headed to, that's correct.
So we're sitting in the cafe in the museum, and the other part of the story is I had just bought an iPhone 5.
Yes.
Like, I had a sidekick. Like, that's how far behind I was.
Right.
I had a sidekick. And I finally saved my money. I bought, and it wasn't just an iPhone 5. It wasn't the jailbroken iPhone 3 that other people had.
Right.
I bought a new one. I bought it on a new phone network.
Yeah, it was literally you just got it.
I had just got, and then I got that beautiful Robertu leather case from Japan. It was stunning. So we're sitting in the cafe.
Yeah.
Your tablet, my brand new iPhone 5 sitting on the table, and this is like no one's there at that point.
The museum was closed.
It was closed.
Right? It was totally closed.
It was closed. So we're like, hey, let's go back into where we're going to do it, and I kind of show you the site so you can see what the event space looks like. We go back there, and we come back to the cafe, and what happened at that point?
I remember we had left that little cafe table because we thought we were all alone. We did our thing. We looked at some cars. We looked at the spot you want to do the event. We come back, and it's like, I'm like, where's my computer? And you're like, where's my phone? And we're like, what is going on? And we're still alone in the space.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So I quickly, he's a California surfer kid, so he's not paying attention. No situational awareness. But me, I grew up in the streets of New York. I go right to the videotape.
Right, because you knew the security you had in place.
Sure enough, what did we see on the video?
Yeah, some guy came from the back alley through a kind of barn door type thing, if I recall. Just cruised in, like, inconspicuously.
Yeah.
Looked around, strolled around. If we saw him come in, we'd just be like, could you help? We didn't see him come in. He rolled right through, grabbed both, and slid out the back door like he was never there.
It was June, and he was wearing an overcoat in June.
That's right.
So we should have known there.
Something was fishy.
So at that point, like, I go to the secretary at the museum, call the police. So the El Segundo police, they're on the scene quick. And at that point, you're starting to freak out because it wasn't the device. Dude. It was, you knew it was on the device.
I was just freaked because I don't want that to get published.
Yeah. And as much as I felt bad for him, I felt more bad for me and my beautiful Robert U case that I spent
Yes.
God knows how much money getting. So I'm like, we're going to get this thing back. So I pull up on the computer because it has to find my iPhone thing. And sure enough, we saw it walking.
Totally.
And it was walking to the train station, which was like a block and a half away.
Right.
So Derek, it was like it was like a superhero thing where we just look at each other.
We're like,
and
let's go get
the idea just went off in our heads. So we're literally vigilantes at this
that point. Yeah.
But like Batman's got the Batmobile, Iron Man's got an R8
Right.
V10. What did we have to chase the bad guy?
You happened to have at the time the Fiat 500e, and I'm like, dude, we're not going to catch anybody in this. Like, what chance do we have?
So we get in the Fiat 500, the two of us, complete morons, and we're chasing the guy down, and we're looking for the guy in the coat, but we see on the, I think it was your phone at that point.
I
we
think
were looking
we were
at
tracking it on my phone.
Yeah,
right?
because we switched from the computer to the phone, and he had gotten to the train station.
Yes.
So, like, we're like Starsky and Hutch pulling up in the Fiat 500,
Right.
driving up on the curb, get to the turnstiles, and we go both to get out of the car and to go on the turnstile. I look back, and I throw the key to the car to Derek. I jump the turnstile.
That's right.
then we, and then
To get up to the platform, right?
Yeah. Then the train comes. And me, the brain surgeon that I am, gets on the train to chase the guy.
Oh, my God.
And I thought I saw the guy. I'm like, it's June. Who's wearing an overcoat in
Yeah,
June?
yeah,
Woo!
yeah.
So I found a guy wearing an overcoat in June, and I walk up to him. I mean, balls the size of pumpkins. And I say to this guy, give me back the phone!
What did he say?
People on the train were like, what is wrong with this guy? You just took my buddy's Surface and my iPhone. Give me back the phone! I'm like, what? And the guy's like, what? And his buddy next to him is like, dude, he just left work with me. I'm like, no, I have you on video stealing the phone. And the two of them, it was kind of like the like Animal House where they goes, you mind if we dance with you on dates? They were just about to get up. And I'm like, perhaps I've misjudged the situation.
Right.
So I get off at the next stop. And I go to the motorman. And I said, hey, man, there's a thief on your train. Can you stop the train so I can get the police here? And the guy looks at me like, what? And he just closes the doors and
I'm
go.
out of here.
So I get back on the train, go back to the museum. You're still there.
Right.
And the police are like, you're not going to find it. And then we look again on your phone, and we see it now in Hawthorne.
That's right.
Okay, so we are in El Segundo, which was a good part of town. Hawthorne, there are good parts, there are bad parts. We decide we're going to get in what? The 500E again.
Right. That's right.
And we drive to Hawthorne, and not a good part.
No.
And it takes us, it dead ends. Where it died was in front of an iPhone store.
It was an iPhone computer repair store.
Exactly.
Which is like, hold up.
Exactly.
What is going on here?
We have found the mother lode. Like,
Yes.
we thought we were getting the key to the city from the mayor after we blew this crime ring up.
Yeah, like we busted some huge iPhone theft ring.
And the cop, now we have to get a different police force in. They come in, and it's Hawthorne PD, and they're looking at us like, what do you idiots want? And they'd see the Fiat 500, and like, we're not going to take these idiots seriously. Then finally, like, okay, we'll go in there. We know these guys. These guys aren't criminals. Like, no, they got our phone. They got our Surface. So they go in, and they come out like 20 minutes. It's like a long time.
Yeah.
They come out 20 minutes later, and the 20 minutes later, they say, we watched the videos. There's nobody in there. There's no
Right.
guy walking in with a coat on. You're making it up. Just go home. Whatever happened, you lost your devices. Well, the two of us go home, lick our wounds. And I'm already thinking, okay, we got screwed. You're probably thinking you got screwed. And then there's Connie Jenkins.
Yeah. She got involved.
So Connie is his wife. Lovely and gracious, but she's a tiger mom.
Yeah, she's pretty intense. Once she sets her mind to something, just get out of the way.
So you get home. What does she end up doing?
So then, I don't know if this was that night or a day later, but she starts going on to eBay and like Craigslist
Uh-huh.
and looking for And well, she was mostly looking for the computer because
Yeah.
the computer was pretty rare at that time.
Yeah.
Hadn't been out long. So she's searching that like for people selling used ones. And I think it was Craigslist. She finds one for sale, and turns out it's the address. It's this repair shop.
Absolutely.
And it's like, what the hell?
Yep.
So then, on her own accord, she calls Hawthorne and manages to get a detective that's going to listen to this crazy-ass story. And he hears her out, and she's like, here's the ad.
Yeah.
This is the store we tracked them to.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to help us to get in there and confirm whether or not that's it. Because we know the serial number. Here's the receipts. We've got it all. And he agreed to go down there and meet us there.
So he goes down, and he walks in, and he's... Now, mind you, he had Connie had emailed the guy, the seller, saying, hey, tell me more about this.
Right.
And then the detective is like, okay, tell him you're going to come at like 1 o'clock. And that's when the detective went. He goes, oh, I've been emailing you about this Surface. Can I see it? Guy pulls it out. Oh, yeah, he looks at it. Sure enough, same serial number.
Yeah.
Pulls out his badge. Where's the phone? Where'd you get this? Sure enough, the guy who sold the phone and the Surface, he was so stupid. He walks in and had the same coat on. So he's on video. You could see him selling
Right.
the devices to the guy. And at that point, the cop says, okay, where's the iPhone? He goes, we already sold the iPhone. Well, where'd you sell it to? And they said they got the address. Long and short of the story, the cop gets in the car, goes to the FedEx, the distribution center, fishes the iPhone out of the FedEx distribution center.
Dude.
So we both got our devices back.
Crazy, huh?
Not because of the 500E, because of Connie
Jenkins. Yep, she saved the day on that one.
So thank you, Connie Jenkins, for making these two morons look good in their lives.
Thanks, honey.
Brother, this has been really fun.
That was a
I have
blast.
missed you.
Appreciate
this is
it, bud.
really a good time.
Stop by anytime.
Okay, so let's switch this around. Instead of us meeting in usual places, you need to come to the airport because you haven't been up in the plane yet.
That's true.
What we'll do is we'll like dive bomb your house, that kind of stuff.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be totally cool. Instead of going like the usual cars and coffee, because I think if we get together at sea level again, one or both of us will lose another device.
Yeah, and Connie's not going to help us out next time.
She's definitely not going to help us out. So I think on that note, this is the end of story time. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, with that, no more story time. Or maybe in another episode, who knows, because we've done other stupid things together. Until we see you in the next episode, bis später.